Hello class 9th, hope you all are doing well and concentrating in your studies. Students, this is your last video in chemistry before first terminal examination. So children, concentrate in your studies, and if any assignment is pending, just send your assignments as soon as possible. Students, today in this video I am going to continue the same chapter in chemistry, that is your atomic structure. Right? Let's start the chapter.
What are isotopes? Actually, isotopes are the atoms of the same element having same atomic number but different mass number are called isotopes. Right? For example, hydrogen has 3 isotopes. First is your protium, second is your deuterium, and third is your tritium. Protium has mass number 1, while deuterium has mass number 2 and tritium has mass number 3. But their atomic number is same, that is your 1. Number of protons and electrons are same in protium, deuterium and tritium. But then their number of neutrons are different. Protium has number of neutron 0, deuterium has 1 neutron, and tritium has 2 neutron. So you can say that isotopes have same number of protons and electrons, but they have different number of neutrons. Now let's see the example of chlorine. Chlorine has 2 isotopes. First is your chlorine 35 and second is your chlorine 37. In chlorine 35, number of protons are 17 and number of electrons are also 17, but number of neutrons are 18, right? But in chlorine 37, the number of proton how many? 17, same. Number of electrons are also 17, but number of neutrons are how much? 20, because all of you know number of neutron is equal to mass number minus number of protons, and mass number is 37 and number of protons are how many? 17. So 37 minus 17 is your what? 20. So number of neutrons are 20 in chlorine 37. Understood? Now next we will consider, let's see the example of carbon. Carbon has 3 isotopes. First is your C12, second is your C13, and third is your C14. Now in all 3 isotopes of carbon, atomic number is same, that is your 6. So all 3 isotopes of carbon has same number of protons and electrons, but number of neutrons are different in 3 isotopes of carbon. In C12, the number of neutrons are 6. In C13, number of neutron, how many? 7. But in carbon 14, number of neutrons are how many? That is your 8. Now let's have a look on properties of isotopes. You know that isotopes have similar chemical properties. Why they have similar chemical properties? Because isotopes have same number of electrons. As you know that isotopes have same atomic number, so number of protons are also same and number of electrons are also same. So they have same number of electrons, that's why what's happened, their electronic configuration is also same, and electronic configuration is similar, so valency electron is also same. So their combining capacity will be same and resulting in similar chemical properties. Understood? Because that's why isotopes have same chemical properties. Now next is your isotopes differ in physical properties. Means isotopes have different physical properties. Actually physical properties depend on mass number or number of neutrons. And what are physical properties? Like melting point, boiling point, density, right, etc. Since mass number of isotopes is different, therefore they differ in physical properties which are dependent on mass number. Isotopes occupy same position in periodic table. Actually elements are arranged in periodic table in order of their increasing atomic number. Since isotopes have the same atomic number, that's why they occupy the same position in the periodic table. Now next is your noble gases. Actually there are some elements which are inert or inactive, and they are found in gaseous state, and but they are called noble gases. Noble gases have stable electronic configuration, means their valency shell is always complete, and that's why they do not gain, lose or share electrons. Their atoms are extremely unreactive. So why their atoms are extremely unreactive? Because their outermost shell is complete, right? The noble gases except helium have 8 electrons in their outermost shell, and this arrangement is known as octet. Now next we have a octet rule. Now what is octet rule? Actually atoms which have 8 electrons in their outermost shell are stable. They do not react with other elements. For example, all the noble gases except helium have 8 electrons in their outermost shell. They are stable and they do not react with other elements. Just look at here, the helium has duplet, that is only 2 electrons in the first and the last shell, while neon has electronic configuration 2-8 as atomic number is 10. Argon has electronic configuration 2-8-8 as its atomic number is 18, and krypton atomic number is 36, so its electronic configuration is 2-8-18 and 8, and xenon atomic number 54, so its electronic configuration is 2-8-18, 18 and 8. The last shell has 8 electrons, and the same way radon atomic number 86 and its electronic configuration is 2-8-18, 32, 18 and 8. So from these electronic configuration, it is clear that noble gases have stable electronic configuration, means they have 8 electrons in their outermost shell except helium. That is why they do not gain, lose or share electrons. But elements other than noble gases, they have unstable electronic configuration. So to get a stable electronic configuration, all the elements other than noble gases, they are always react with other elements, right? And that is why they are reactive. An atom can attain chemical activity either by transferring one or more electrons from one atom to another, and then the atom formed are thus positively or negatively charged and are called ions, right? And or it can attain chemical activity by sharing one or more electrons or electron pairs between the two combining atoms. Now next is your valency. Valency of an element is the number of electrons which an atom of the element loses, gains or contributes for sharing in order to acquire the stable nearest noble gas configuration. Let's discuss the electronic configuration and valency of first 20 elements. First is your hydrogen, symbol H, atomic number 1, mass number 1, and number of proton 1, number of electrons are also 1, but at neutron 0, and electronic configuration 1. So what it will do, it will either lose this one electron, okay, to get a stable electronic configuration, or gain one electron. So that's why its valency is plus minus 1. Next is your helium. Already we know that helium is a noble gas. It has duplet, means 2 electrons in the first and the last shell. That is why its valency is 0. It will neither gain nor lose or share the electron to get a stable electronic configuration. That is why its valency is 0 and it is noble gas. Now next is your lithium. Lithium atomic number 3, right, and mass number 7. So number of protons are 3, electrons also 3, and neutrons, how many? 7 minus 3, that is your 4. And what is the electronic configuration of lithium? That is your 2, 1. So to get a stable electronic configuration, what it will do, it will lose these 1 electron from the outermost shell. When it will lose 1 electron from the outermost shell, then it get which valency? Positive 1 valency. And because it has a positive 1 valency, that is why it is metal. Okay. Okay, one thing always remember, that metals always lose the electron while non-metals always gain the electrons, right? Okay, now next is your beryllium. Beryllium atomic number 4, mass number 9, and number of protons are how many? 4. Electrons are also 4, but number of neutron how many? 5, because 9 minus 4 is your 5. So electronic configuration of beryllium is how much? Because number of electrons are 4. So electronic configuration 2, 2. What it will do to get a stable electronic configuration? It will lose these 2 electrons. And because it is losing these 2 electrons, to get a stable electronic configuration just like helium, its valency would be how much? Plus 2. And that is why it is also metal, because it is losing 2 electrons. Now next is your boron. Boron atomic number 5, mass number 11, and number of proton 5. Electrons are also 5, and number of neutrons how many? 6. And its electronic configuration, because number of proton are 5, so electronic configuration 2, 3. First shell 2, second shell 3. What it will do to get a stable electronic configuration? It will also lose these 3 electrons from its outermost shell, right? And to get a stable electronic configuration just like helium. So because it is losing 3 electrons, it will get positive 3 valency, and that is why it is what? Metalloid. And it is actually metalloid because sometimes it behave like a metal and sometimes it behave like a non-metal. That is why it come under the group of metalloid. So boron is a metalloid. Now next is your carbon. Carbon atomic number 6, mass number 12, and number of proton 6, electron 6, neutron also 6. Because 12 minus 6 is your what? 6. And because number of electron how many? 6. So electronic configuration is your what? 2, 4. It will lose the electron nor it will gain the electron. What it will do? It will share the electrons, right? And because it is doing it is sharing the electron, that's why it is non-metal, and its valency is also what you will say? Plus minus 4. Name 2 elements having same number of neutron, that is your boron and carbon, right? Now next is your nitrogen, atomic number 7, mass number 14, protons and electrons are 7, 7, and neutron also 7, and electronic configuration 2, 5. So what it will do? It cannot lose 5 electron. So what it will do? It will gain 3 electron to get a stable electronic configuration, to make it 8, right? What it will do? It will gain 3 electrons. And because it is gaining 3 electrons, its valency would be minus 3, and it is non-matter. So just remember, those who lose the electron, they are matters, and those who gain the electron, they are non-matter, right? Next is your oxygen, atomic number 8, mass number 16, and number of proton and electron 8, 8, and neutron is also 8. Why? Because 16 minus 8 is your 8. Okay, and electronic configuration is your 2, 6. It will also what? Not lose these 6 electron. What it will do? It will gain 2 electron to get a stable electronic configuration, just like neon. So because it is gaining 2 electron to get a stable electronic configuration, its valency would be minus 2, and it is non-matter, right? Next is your fluorine. Fluorine atomic number 9, mass number 19, number of electrons 9, protons also 9, and neutrons 10, because 19 minus 9 is your 10. So number of neutrons how many? 10. Electronic configuration 2 and 7. K shell 2, L shell 7. What it will do? To get a stable electronic configuration just like neon
or to make it octet, what it will do? It will gain one electron. And because it is gaining one electron, that's why its valency is -1, and it is a non-matter. Understood? Now next is your what? Neon. You know it is a noble gas because it has a octet, that is your 8 electron in the outermost shell.
And noble gases have valency 0.
Why? Because they neither gain, lose or share the electrons. Next is your sodium. Sodium atomic number 11, mass number 23, the number of protons and electrons 11, and neutrons 12. Electronic configuration 281. So what it will do? It will lose this one electron to get a stable electronic configuration, just like neon. That is why what it will do? It will lose one electron and its valency +1, and it is matter. Right? The same way, look at here, aluminium. Aluminium atomic number 13, mass number 27, and number of electrons and protons 13 and neutrons 14. Electronic configuration 283. So what it will do? It will lose these 3 electron and valency become +3. And what is it? It is matter. Just remember, in case of magnesium, magnesium has 2 electrons in the last shell, but there are 3 shells. Okay, actually this which shell? This one. This is your M shell. M shell is having 2 electrons. That is why it is not a stable. Okay, so what it will do? It will lose this 2 electron and having valency +2, and that's why it is matter. Right?